signed at the Supreme Court. Big CPDPL, Comrade Dawike Obzakio Summit on the unacceptable and unpopular narratives on the national secretaryship issue and the undemocratic attempt to enthrone a misfit by some desperate politicians without waiting for the Supreme Court pronouncement on the matter. Today, Monday, 17th March 2025. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is with a deep sense of burden and seriousness, serious concern for the political stability and survival of our dear great political party, the People's Democratic Party, that we address you today. From unfolding political events in our great party, the latest being the brazen attempt by some PDP governors, National Working Committee members, Board of Trustee members, expelled members, and political liabilities like Kola Ologbodiyan and political hush-puppy like Ikenga Imo Gochiere to install a misfit as National Secretary and create unpopular and unacceptable narratives to justify their undemocratic actions on the matter and trying to blackmail the Supreme Court justices and the purported disciplinary committee recommendation for Senator Samuel Nnemeka Anyanwu expulsion has made it very clear that our great party is under a political virus attack. If we may ask, why are these governors and their pawns in the NWC and BOT are so bent in such a desperate hurry to via the back door install Honorable Sunday Ido Okoye? That is the question we're asking. Just a few days ago, precisely on March 13, 2025, INEC lawyers informed the Federal High Court in Abuja that are awaiting Supreme Court ruling on the PDP National Secretaryship matter. That was a prudent, popular, and logical submission by INEC that deserves commendation. Is this not the wise course of action for our party as well? Yet some governors are blackmailing the party leadership with a threat to leave the party. Them and their collaborators within the NWC and BOT have turned a blind eyes and deaf ears, insisting on acting in an illegality. I just want to clear this point. INEC lawyers, it is here, I will want to read it as published by Vanguard newspaper. The electoral body, in a counter affidavit it filed in opposition to the suit, argued that it will be in the interest of justice for all the parties to wait for the outcome of an appeal on the dispute already pending before the Supreme Court. And it's very funny. The Supreme Court has said, has told all parties to go home, and they will communicate to them the day they will deliver judgment, and the parties will come for judgment. So why the hurry? Those governors of PDP should tell us, why are they hurrying to install a misfit? Somebody that has been accused of forging our document, our guidelines, party guidelines, somebody that is forged, that has been accused to forge this document. Somebody that came with talks to disrupt against Section 58 of PDP Constitution, the BOT meeting. Why are the governors and those that are collaborating with them in the BOT and NWC cannot wait for the Supreme Court judgment? Are they telling us that they are already aware of the judgment and cannot wait? That is why they insisted that Ido Okoye should resume office. It is INEC lawyer. This is the submission, and we must commend INEC for that. We always criticize INEC, but when they do what is right, what is in accordance with the law, we should commend them. And we want to commend INEC for that bold step. To have said that there is a pending matter, and it's not just for hearing. judgment will soon be delivered. So why can't those people that are fronting a misfit to be the national secretary of our party? I've received calls from over 5 countries since the last, the last purported NWC meeting. From Saudi Arabia, from US, from Germany, Nigerians, PDP members in diaspora are saying what kind of useless person they are bringing to be NWC, PDP national secretary. When we know that we have a case before the court to decide who will be, and they are bringing somebody because they are governors. No, we will not accept that. And that is why we are trying to say that all the parties, as said by the court, should wait until the Supreme Court make a pronouncement on that. Until the Supreme Court make counter-pronouncement, Senator Anyanwu remains the National Secretary of PDP. Let me continue. If we may ask, let me go. The Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, in appeal number CA/E/24/2024, and also bearing motion number CA/E/01M/2025, which was heard and determined on Monday, the 13th of January 2025, in which the presiding justice, Honorable Justice Hama Akawo Baraka, ordered that accordingly, that was his statement, his interim injunction, all parties are enjoined to maintain the status quo, ante-bellum, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. The question we want to ask is that what is the origin and meaning of the word and the word ante-bellum? Because it seems like some of our lawyers don't read, or they just use the word, they don't look for the origin of the word. The word ante-bellum, it simply means before the war, a Latin word that was borrowed into the English word and was first used in 1840 by English word, by the Briton. So when they said ante-bellum, that was the word the court used, before the war. And this national secretaryship issue started in 2023. And before 2023, I want to ask, who was the national secretary of PDP? Who was the national secretary of PDP? Before the Senator Anyanwu took his nomination form as indicated interest to contest the PDP governorship of Imo State. Who was the national secretary? So you have a judgment at the Enugu High Court. You got a judgment at the Enugu Division of Appeal Court. Now, an appeal court in Abuja has given an order, because some of them, the argument is that you cannot stay a declarative judgment. That is what they've been arguing. You cannot stay a declarative judgment. But the question I want to ask them too, by law, that was what they are claiming. But the question I want to ask them too is that by law, can you disobey a court order? A court has made a pronouncement, rightly or wrongly. Let's assume. So you will say, because the law said like this, you know, obey what the court said and follow the... because the last judgment regarding this case, or the last order, is this particular one given by their honorable justices, that because it's high time we make Nigerians know the truth, and not people, few privileged persons that have access to the media will now be confusing party faithfuls and Nigeria. Look at the order. This is what I want to read it. One of the prayers of Anyanwu, because they said you cannot stay a declarative judgment. That was what they said. And in our Anyanwu prayer, he said, an order of injunction restraining the first respondent, their agent, previous, or otherwise, however, described from enforcing or giving effect to the judgment of this court, delivered on the 20th of December, 2024. Let me continue reading before I explain more about that. They have claimed that by the law, a declarative judgment cannot be stayed, but pretend and failed to mention that by law, you cannot disobey court orders, not minding if the order was given in line with the law or not. Wrongly or rightly, you are bound to obey court order. And that in law, an order of injunction can be used to restrain a beneficiary of a declarative judgment, not to give effect to the judgment. And that is what the order given by Honorable Justice has done. They said you cannot stay, but they forgot that a declarative judgment can be, an order can be given for it not be effected. And this is the order given by His Lordship, Honorable Justice Baraka. And they are denying it, underplaying it, that they will not respect it except they want the declarative judgment given because of political interest. So who are they deceiving? Today, the problem we are facing in PDP is some governors that want the ambition, because of the ambition, want to sacrifice the party. What is wrong? Nigerians should see the order. Look at it, I just read it. After this order, they went to Supreme Court. Why not wait? Let the Supreme Court make its pronouncement. Before, if the Supreme Court said, Anyanwu should remain the national secretary, so be it. If the Supreme Court said, God forbid, but if the Supreme Court says so, so be it. But not before then. You will not jump and say that you select this or you will not select that. That will not be accepted. We all are PDP members. From 1999, I've been a PDP member. Even as a student, I was appointed as special aide to the secretary of my local government. So I have a stake in PDP. I don't need to be a governor. I don't need to be a BOT member. Some of them, when it comes to politics, voting time, they don't come out. They don't come out to vote. And they want to destroy the party we have been laboring for. Who say no? And that's why I want to tell Nigerians and party faithful in Nigeria and abroad to know the truth. Let me continue reading. Those governors started the destabilization of the party by engaging services of a political hush puppy and a political liability to call for the resignation or removal of the national chairman under the guise that the North Central has to complete their term. When that failed, they caused by the